Hey Leo, this is Jeffrey. This is Red Color. This is your reading for the month of December. The message is don't limit yourself. Don't limit your thinking, your experiences, your social life, your everything, opportunities. Limit your abundance is basically what it is. All right. So that's the message for everyone for the month. And check out the other readings. And I am having a sale until December 2nd on readings, 20% off your reading. And it goes automatic. You need a password. I used to do passwords and it gets a little weird. So it just, as you check out, it'll automatically take 20% off at the register. And if you see this girls with like the long fake nails are like this, and they can do the register, it's like amazing. Um, and Nancy and I are beginning tarot classes again mid-December. Please join us. It's 6 weeks. It's lots of fun. All the information is below for both of those things. Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, Leo, let's see what's going on. Yeah, I got a little hit before. It's like, don't sell yourself short. Okay, right. And that's what this limitlessness thing is about. It's so many times I think like that the limits are really the limits we put on ourselves. I can't do that because it's too far. I can't do that because I don't have anyone to go with. I can't do that or whatever it is. And it's like, sure you can. Sure you can. All right. Shuffle, shuffle. I want to get these readings up by Thanksgiving. So I'm probably going to put up the first 6 signs. Today is Monday. I'm going to put them up on Tuesday and then the other 6 on Wednesday. So everything is up by Thanksgiving. All right. 1, 2, 3. Hmm. All right. Okay. Here's what I'm getting. So I have the moon, the world, and the hermit. It's always interesting when you start with 3 big cards. The moon is a really difficult card to read in a lot of ways because the moon could be intuition and being led and being beckoned. And the moon can also be illusion. It could also be, I didn't see things clearly. I was like, I sort of was in a dream, right? So we have that. We start with that. And then we go into the world. And the world is the end of something. It's the end of something, the beginning of something new. So you know what it feels like? It feels like there was something that you were either going after or fantasizing about or enchanted by. And now you realize it's like, well, you know, maybe that wasn't the thing. And so it came to an end and it's complete. And now you want to move into something new. And I feel like this isn't really quite dead. It's like maybe you came at it from an angle that was a little dreamy, or you came at it from an angle that was just, it wasn't really clear. And then we have the hermit, and the hermit, who's come up quite a bit. The hermit is this energy of going deep inside by yourself and like discovering the light of your soul. So it's like, okay, I have this fantasy that I want to go to Europe, say. And oh, I know the money will come and la la la. And like the money didn't come. And it's like, okay, that's dead. And it's like, well, maybe there's a way that I can go into that energy of where I'm being beckoned, where I'm being led, that my light will lead me. My light will lead me. So let's say you can't, let's say you live on the East Coast. This is just an example. You live on the East Coast and you can't afford to go to Europe or you don't have enough time or whatever it is, but you really want to have this feeling of European culture, right? Well, you can go to Montreal because it's sort of like France-ish, right? Or you can go to New Orleans. Let's say you want to go to France. You can go to New Orleans and have a whole experience there, and maybe it'll be less expensive and closer. And you see what I mean? So I don't feel like the dream is dead. I just feel like it needs to be looked at closer, closer. Or maybe, part of it was like, I have to go in January. And then if you look closer, you find out like, oh, I can get a really inexpensive flight in May or something like that. I feel like it needs to be looked at closer, this dream, this enchantment, because I feel like there's something valuable there because it didn't come for nothing. Somebody was cooking. I have to say, um, whenever they cook in the building, it smells really good. Because sometimes you're in a building and it's like, what the hell are you cooking? But this smells really, really good. Okay. I know you're used to hearing the dogs, but I don't know. I don't want to I don't want to bring them in. All right. You're stable and comfortable with yourself and your body and your mind. And maybe, you know, being in that state and that space is where you from that state is how you can plant your dreams. So let's say you do want to go to Europe, and let's say it's $1,000. I'm just using numbers. And it's like, well, I only have 250, this and that, but this really is my dream. This is really what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to save my shekels. I'm going to save my shekels and I'm going to figure out a way to go. I'm going to figure out a way to go. I'm going to plant the seeds toward my dream, toward my fantasy, toward what's beckoning me, and I'm going to be patient. And I'm confident that the actions that I take are going to be the right actions. Because I got to get on the road because I have to follow my dreams. I have to follow where my heart is taking me. I have to follow where my heart is taking me. I don't know if I've ever told this story, but as many of you know, I live in Mexico. I've been living here for about almost 3 years now. Well, 2.5. And COVID was in 2020, right? Yeah. So I was in the Zocalo. The Zocalo is a big square, and it was an eclipse at night. It was like a lunar, and it was like a partial. But I was in the Zocalo alone. It was like 11:30 at night or something, and it was really weird that you're there alone because there's always somebody there. It's a big, big square, and I was talking to God, my higher self, and it was like, I don't know how you're going to do it, but I really want to live here. But I really want to live here. I mean, if I had my way, I would have done it a different way. But here I am. So it's like you hold on to the kernel of the dream and you plant the seeds and you go inside and you say to your higher self and to the powers that be, this is what I really want. See what happens. There you go. Ah, el diablo. Maybe a part of this dream, this fantasy, this desire was marred by a sense of materialism, greed, lust. Maybe there's something there, but that needs to be refined. Yeah, and healed. Interesting little reading. Okay, there's a lot going on in your head. That's a lot of opinions. But I know that this is my destiny. It just has to be, it's like it has to be realigned or something. It's like the car runs, but like I don't know what any of those things called on the car. It just needs to be realigned. You know how like you have what do you call it? Like a shopping cart at the supermarket and there's one wheel that's like weird and it always goes to the left. It just needs to be realigned. You're at the supermarket, you're getting what you're supposed to get. You just need a new card. And you know, I really feel like there's a higher purpose here. Feels like there's a real higher purpose here. So I really feel like there's a higher purpose here. But I think um, somehow you like got off the road and you made a left or a right or whatever, and it kind of led you down or toward something that was like, I don't know, a little shady or a little in the dark or a little false. But I think if you get a really clear vision as to what you want and why you want it, and really put effort toward and concentrate on it, and not limit yourself by, I mean, the devil could be limiting yourself with money, right? Limiting yourself, right? And not limit yourself, then I think it's going to come to pass. Yeah, but it has to make sense. It has to make sense emotionally. Let's say you meet somebody and they say, oh, you know, I can pay for you to go to Paris. What's attached? Got me? It doesn't even have to be sex. It could be, you know, some other weirdness. So there's no free lunch. You're vibrating at a different level. You're vibrating at a different level because you've been really, you know, you've gone into yourself. And, you know, it's kind of the difference between I'll do anything to get to Paris and I'm working toward, and it'll happen when it happens, as it happens. It's supposed to, it's a difference. It's a big difference. I'll do anything, right? I'll do anything for fame. I'll do anything for money. I'll do anything. No, careful. Yeah. Yeah. You know how to make it happen, but it's going to be more practical, more stable, more in this world, right? So we begin with the moon, which can be this illusion sort of thing, and we end with the King of Pentacles, who's like the most grounded of all the kings, right? He's the most grounded. So I want what I want when I want it. Well, so do I. And then when things don't work out, you know, instead of being, it's easy to be like disappointed or, you know, you feel like you don't deserve it or whatever. It's easy. And, you know, it's like, thank you for protecting me. Thank you for protecting me. You know, oh, I really wanted that job and then it didn't happen. And I thought it was going to be this and that and that and this. And then, like a year later, you find out like they were doing something super illegal, or you find out that it was like in a really abusive place to work, or you find out something, right? Thank you. Thank you. Right. All right. Let me Show you the cards. Oh, does my arm work? Yes. Okay, good. Does that work? That works as well. Okay. I'm vibrating at a higher level, and my fate is about to change. And I know the light of my soul is going to lead me toward closing out fantasies, becoming stable, planting seeds in new places so that I can go toward my dreams in a balanced manner. If I get quiet and practical and not just pick up anything that's offered to me or any chaos, but like really follow my intuition so that I don't get tied to something that's not for my highest good. That's your reading, Leo. Now, if you need somebody to go to Paris with you, actually, I'd rather go to London than Paris. I think the British Museum collection is, for me, more interesting than the Louvre. I mean, I'd love to go to the Louvre as well, but I feel like the British Museum is the one that I really want to go to. If I can go to one museum in the world, would be that. And then number two, actually, is the Hermitage in St. Petersburg. But no, might not be a good time. So that is that. All right. If you're interested in learning Tarot with Nancy and myself, it's a really good class, and we learn a lot. And people participate, and then we have a few weeks afterwards where we get to practice. I mean, we practice during the class too. It's 6 weeks, an hour and a half each class. And so please join. And you could also buy it for a friend and invite your friends with you. That'd be so much fun. Wouldn't that be fun? And then, and also I'm having a sale until December 2nd on my readings. And the good news, I have good news as well. I went to the optometrist, I guess, and I paid for a prescription that'll hopefully be ready Monday. They didn't have as many glasses that I'd like to choose from, and I need progressive. So they're like, oh, you really need rectangular. And it's like, so I bought rectangular. I really didn't want rectangular. But they said that that's what's going to work best. And they're just for work. I don't need them like for this. I just need them to see my email and to see the lovely comments if I do a live again. Something happened with YouTube. I can't do live anymore. I have no idea. No idea how to fix it. I don't even know where to begin. So I let go. Right. Blessings. Happy Thanksgiving. See you soon. Bye.